I abandoned her during the Cold War.
Pretty much.
Metal Gear only has room for one.
It's amazing because when I was first played this, I was like
Vukovich, you and your daughter
probably
will
barely a
die
teenager.
here.
So in my first playthroughs of this game, I had no idea what any of this meant, like at all. And I'd only played Metal Gear Solid 2 until when the HD collection came out. So that was the reason for the Metal Gear Solid Marathon in 2013, because you know, I wasn't really up on Metal Gear as much, and I had the opportunity to do all of them, so I did. Except for Peace Walker. I will do Peace Walker one day, but just not the biggest fan of how different it is.
Sergey.
But then every game is
Looks like
different,
You were long overdue for retirement.
gameplay wise. Probably not Twin Snakes. Probably like Twin Snakes, probably more like Metal Gear Solid 2. Guys, twirling. You just squeezed on that shit. The Marines aren't shooting, by the way. Marines are just standing there. It's not like he had the bomb thing in his hand. But of course, plot. I guess.
Show's over. If you wish to live, I suggest you run now. This ship is still in the lower New York harbor. You may yet make it to shore if you swim for your life.
Blow it up anyway. Damn. And it took them what? An hour to set all this up?
Don't let him get away!
Yeah, it's not like they had the it's not like they had the Semtex all set up to begin with. It wasn't even there. So we did pretty well for like a bit of an hour job. Of course, they had no way of assuming the ship was taken over, so it made it easier. There was no Marines, because they were all down here. So I guess when you think of it that way. Oh, spit. What's happening? Well, shit.
It's been a while, brother.
It's very complicated.
You know
Just
who
saying.
I am.
Very complicated.
Liquid?
Not so young anymore, eh, Snake? You're drowning in time. I know what it's like, brother. No wonder Naomi passed you over for the Fox Die program.
See, I understand that a little better now.
Ouch! Get out of my mind, Liquid! The price of physical prodigy. Few more years and you'll be another dead clone of the old man. Our raw materials
He's
are
not-
vintage,
he's not
brother.
wrong there
Big
either,
Boss was in his
actually.
late 50s when they created his copies.
About 7 years later, that starts
But
to happen.
I live on through this arm.
With the accelerating aging and everything and so forth. Blew it from his face. Yeah, it's all very complicated. It's just like with being Ocelot and all that. It's just something that happens. This is the convoluted plot of Hideo Kojima. That's what this is. I mean, don't get me wrong. There, the man's a genius. There's no doubt about that. Plots may be convoluted and stuff, but it doesn't make him any short of a genius, to be honest. Time to say goodbye. my god. In Metal Gear Solid 4, when you're up against the Ray, is the Rex. That's like one of the best battles ever. It's insane. I've got my fingers firmly crossed that maybe one day I will be able to do that game in direct capture. Because I kind of want to redeem myself, because my original playthrough, that was awful. I was terrible at the game. I don't think it'll be much better now, because it'll only be my second, like, if I was to do it now, I don't think it would be much different, because it would only be my second time ever playing the game. Yes, now they start shooting. Fire! I would have thought the Marines would be briefed on this. You know, it's their own curation. Surely they would have known that would never work. I don't know why, I just get such Jurassic Park vibes from that. Like, raw. I don't know, it's just this whole thing is very Jurassic Park-esque, somehow. Like roaring in victory and such. Otacon, we have a problem. No shit. You have a problem, alright. Laser!
Snake! Snake!
Well, shit. That went foobar. Jesus Christ, that's loud. I wonder why he didn't kill Snake there. I guess he assumed he was probably already dead. He wasn't gonna get out anyway.
Proceeding as planned, sir.
Well, you should know it's Side Snake, like the great survivor. It's a pretty cool machine, by the way. Bootleg. Bootleg Dolphin Dive. It's a pretty cool machine, by the way, it really is. It really is cool. Again, it's really a testament to the PlayStation 2 and how far the graphics had come between the two gens. Kojima made the most of all the technology he
at
had.
the location we discussed. Yes, I have photographic evidence of Snake on the scene. The cipher was most useful.
Cipher will be
forward to
at
tomorrow morning's
It'll come up.
flash. I would say the Marine Corps' plans are on indefinite hold.
No shit.
Yes, of course, Mr. President.
Game over, man. Game over. Literally game over. Well, not literally for us, but yeah. You kind of get the idea. And that is it. That is it for Snake's part. Only 2 hours. And so begins the kind of controversy for this whole game. I personally, I don't mind it. I really don't. People were really kind of pissy that, you know, you only get to play as Snake for like 2 hours. And you get to play the rest of the game as Raiden. But I think the whole thing with Raiden, it really makes sense when you really think about it. But again, that's a Metal Gear Solid thing.
Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare.
Uh-huh.
It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess. And then that massive offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
The Big Shell. I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet.
It takes time. But in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Calling teams Alpha and Bravo. Deploy at the Big Shell as scheduled.
It's always Alpha and Bravo for
6 hours
teams,
ago, the
isn't
Big
it?
Shell was seized by an armed group.
I guess it makes it easy.
Former members of the Navy SEAL Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group, and they have the Big Shell under complete control.
Come in from downwind and pull up fast. Get ready to fast rope down to Shell 1. 5 minutes to ETA. Alpha, your top priority is to rescue and safeguard the President. Team Bravo, watch out for Stillman's back and get those C4s disarmed.
One thing I would say is if you're a kid, I wouldn't play Metal Gear Solid
Their
like
demands.
yet.
$30 billion.
Or
30 billion.
play the first one
What makes them
first.
think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the Big Shell that day.
Because, like I said, I was in my like early teens when I first played this. I don't think I was even there,
Most important person in
and
the sense.
I paid no attention to any of the story until like much later.
President?
Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the Big Shell.
And like I
out
said,
of
that was
the water.
probably the biggest reason for my Metal Gear Solid Marathon back in 13, to really kind
That's not the
of
worst case scenario. If the chlorine's being used to decontaminate the
get the
seawater
best
over the
understanding
oil,
of it.
Toxins
And it really helps.
catastrophic levels of dioxins
It
will be
really
released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup.
Even though I had
essentially,
missed out
becoming
on
the
Metal Gear
worst
Solid 1 at the
environmental
time.
disaster in history.
because I didn't get to play it because I had no console to play it.
You
And I
have
bought the
two
GameCube
mission
for 2014 and did
objectives.
the
One,
Twin
infiltrate
Snakes
the offshore
there.
decontamination facility
I was
Big
still doing
Shell, and safeguard
PlayStation
the
on my
president
camera
and
then
other
as well.
hostages.
That was in
And
May.
two,
That was like in
disarm
April,
the
May, and
terrorists
then
by
like
any
June or
means
July, August or
necessary.
something. The channel finally rebooted, and I kept the Metal Gear Solid Marathon and Sonic Marathons back. I'll probably just explain that,
You
but
should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation.
so we're basically doing the same thing.
Is this a joint effort?
No, Foxhound remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
So what happens, you know, if his objective is to safeguard President and the hostages, what do the SEALs do it first?
I'm now inside strut A.
And send Raiden home?
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the Big Shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
Ha,
What's wrong
I
with
wonder.
Snake?
I wonder
Just
why.
a precaution. You are now designated Raiden. All right, Raiden. You've already covered
Raiden's a pretty
infiltration
cool
and
code
VR
name.
training.
I've completed 300
To be
missions
honest.
in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that
Fair
part.
point.
Make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the back button. When we need to reach you, contact you, the codec will beep.
Yeah,
When
the
you
lines
hear
are
that noise,
re-recorded for the
press the
Xbox
back
version.
button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of